Everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn here in Las Vegas, and I got the one and only Geoff Ballotti with me. So excited to see him. Now, people accuse me of having a lot of energy, but I think this guy, he's got a Ballotti type of energy. You are keeping it out there. And I gotta tell you, Geoff, one of the things I love about you is you are in the trenches every day. You are shaking hands. You're in the booths at trade show. And I think that really defines who you are as a CEO.
Oh, thank you very much, Glenn. Yeah, no, I mean, it's infectious.
Yeah.
This energy's infectious. This crowd's infectious. And yeah, I mean, I wake up every day dreaming of days like today. Like we've had all week.
It's awesome. Well, more than 6,000 people have come here for the global event that you do every 18 months. And thank you for not doing it every year. That's,
you know,
that's a whole thing.
Our strategic sourcing partners, their attitude is we get more out of this show.
Right.
In fact, my favorite comment today walking out the trade show floor was from a supplier, a partner that's been with us for years, that said just what you said. We love that you don't do this every year. It's every 18 months. But we had, in the first 3 hours of this show, we had more business booked, sold business. They were a supplier of bedding. Than we have sold in three combined shows, and I won't mention them, from your competitors over the last year.
Right.
So think about that. So it's important for them that, you know, every 18 months they have a chance to meet the 6,000 plus assembled, and
yeah, that's pretty amazing. And it's really good to hear that there's so much business going on the floor, because as you know, everybody's kind of getting spooked with the economy out there. And my biggest concern is that people are going to start to pull back. But when we were talking yesterday, you're like saying, no, not here at Wyndham. Our customer is going to keep driving to the to location. So how are you feeling? Memorial Day this summer is going to suss out against what's going on, do you think?
Yeah, Smith Travel came out today with some really good numbers. I don't know if you saw it. It comes out every week.
I did not see it today. I was too busy doing interviews here at your conference.
It was the best week in a while, and we're leading into Memorial Day weekend. AAA, 45 million people. Amazing. They were talking about yesterday, are estimated by AAA to be driving 50 miles or more from home this Memorial Day weekend, which is up, they're estimating 3% from last.
Which is pretty amazing, because last year was insane, and the year before that was insane. It just keeps going.
So last year was not a record. You've got to go all the way back, according to AAA, to 2005, before the great financial crisis, to find a year as hot as they're thinking that this year could be. We'll see.
We'll see. And it's just really strange, because no matter what negative news is there, from the Great Recession to COVID to whatever, it seems that our economy and the American traveler is resilient. And I wanted to ask you, I'm curious, because I think people maybe are pulling back on things, but they need to do experiences and be with people. So do you think that maybe something like that is going
experiences is all we're talking about right now? You
might have done a deal with like MSG, for example. I was saying that was what we call a segue as our professionals.
But no, I mean, people have reprioritized their vacation over any other consumer discretionary.
Exactly.
So while the headlines on consumer confidence are what they are, people are not giving up. Is the feeling on this floor and all week long on obviously the vacation experience. We need to ensure as a company that we're finding new experiences.
So how are you feeling then that this outlook is going to be for you going forward, particularly when you start to offer all these experiences, these new partnerships that you and ours?
Just say hello. How are you? Hey, good to see you.
We're on camera, so say hello to everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. I'll see you before I leave. This summer, look, if we could bring experiences on a perfect summer experience, that how could you not aspire to experience is what we announced on stage we're doing at the Wyndham Championship. The Wyndham Championship is the last week of July and the first week of August. And one of many experiences we talked about yesterday is allowing our Wyndham Reward members to play in a Pro-Am. Play golf? Are you a golfer? What's your handicap?
I'm just handicapped when it comes to these sorts of things. I am not good at golf. I live in Brooklyn. I only carried a golf club in case I was in trouble.
We have tens of millions of golfers in our 115 million Wyndham Rewards membership base.
That's right.
Imagine if your Wyndham Rewards experience was playing on a PGA course in a PGA championship with a PGA Tour play. In what other sport would that ever happen? I mean, could you imagine yourself out there playing with Steph Curry?
No.
Glenn Haussman, Steph Curry on an NBA parquet? That wouldn't happen.
Oh, no.
It's
Also,
those
I'm sorry, I would enjoy crushing me.
Which when you add those on top of just the overall, to your point, people have reprioritized the vacation experiences over other discretionary spend. It's got to make you optimistic.
Oh, no, absolutely. And I'll do a yes and with that, because when you're talking about experiences and giving people access to stuff they otherwise wouldn't have had, that's where you could really start to get premiums and get that loyalty through things like Wyndham Rewards, for example. Yeah. All right, so you got your customers taken care of. Yeah. Now you got to worry about the development side. How are you thinking about that?
I mean, this has been an epic week. We'll talk about where we are. We'll talk about where we are in the quarter when we report.
All right, fair enough.
But our first quarter was unbelievable, and there was anticipation that things would slow down. They did not. Our first quarter was a record quarter of room openings. It was a record quarter of signings around the world, and we're feeling really good based on what we saw here this week. This was our largest global conference ever. We've never had more attendees. We've never had more attendees internationally. And where our growth is, just as I said on the main stage, been off the chart in the upscale segments. It's been internationally.
It has been.
We've got just a great beat out here on the pool deck of developers who are feeling really good.
Yeah, they're feeling really good.
A really good time to build or convert another deal. Yeah.
All right. All right. So I will say before we go, we got all of this great content. I'm speaking to the presidents of all the different parts around the world. So make sure you check out that piece of content. So that way we don't have to get into numbers with Geoff here. I feel like he deserves some time to go and enjoy being with his team. Anything you want to say before we wrap up to everybody?
Let's go say hi.
All right, everybody. We'll see you later. Like, subscribe, share. Geoff Ballotti, Glenn Haussman. Bye.